What's up, everybody? This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and give you kind of an idea of where this is trending. I've shown this episode before of Christine Lagarde, but I think it's important to show it again and use it as a reminder on how the digital currencies that are being developed are coming a lot sooner than I think these politicians and regulators are saying. But let's go through what she says and then we'll have a discussion on her words.
I step aside from my own conviction because I'm the president of the European Central Bank. There is a governing council that brings together all the national central bank governors as well as members of the executive board. And the decision as to whether or not we will move with the digital euro will be taken by that organ, the governing council. It will so decide. And that will be mid 21. Okay, so in terms of what are the deliverables now, we will soon be releasing the analysis of the 8,000 responses that we got from the consultation process. That will be communicated to the European Parliament, which is one of the key players, as well as the Commission and the Council with which we operate, not to mention the Eurogroup. Then after that, mid-21, the Governing Council, on the basis of that consultation and the preliminary work that we're doing, will decide whether we go ahead with experimenting. And then there will be a second decision, probably a year from, I don't know whether it will be a 6 months first assessment or 1 year assessment, whether we actually are going to roll out. But the whole process, let's be realistic about it, will, in my view, take another 4 years, maybe a little more, but I would hope that we can keep it within 4 years, because it's a technical endeavor as well as a fundamental change, because we need to make sure that we do it right. Well, we owe it to the Europeans. They need to feel safe and secure. They need to know that they are holding central bank backed. I would say it's the equivalent of a digital banknote with the same level of security, the same level of backing as the central bank. So that needs to be really safe and solid. And we need to make sure that we are not going to break any system, but to enhance the system. And I'm saying that on purpose because I know that certain intermediaries that we are using.
And some things I want to highlight here. She said, first they're gonna, bring out in mid 2021. I think she said the idea of the digital euro, and then there's going to be an assessment 6 months to a year later, but she wants to keep it within 4 years. And so I believe that it's going to come a lot faster than 4 years. Whether that happens, who knows? That's just my opinion. Another thing is, she says we want the Europeans to feel safe and secure. And one thing I'm always weary about is when governments say peace and safety or security for individuals. That should be a red flag, at least for me it is, because when they say peace and safety, really, it can be means of chaos. And so I know that may be an unpopular opinion amongst many people, but I'm gonna be honest about it, and be very wary of this. We're seeing a lot of crazy things happen, and looking at the words of these regulators and stuff, they want, obviously that's not being naive about it. Digital currencies are going to give ultimate control. Wealth has become more abstract, so you can't really, it's not really tangible unless you like hold a lot of properties, right? A lot of real estate, a lot of and precious metals. That's tangible, but everything else that's through the digital transactions, that's done through digital transactions, that's abstract, and that's monitored by these central banks and commercial banks. And so in a sense, most people's wealth is liquid, and they have it invested in these digital ledgers, I guess you can call it. And so going to a digital currency will make the central banks have the ultimate control because now they fully monitor all the money in the entire global system. Okay. And if you're not in compliance with this, you know, new financial system and this new normal that we're entering, you can be censored. So that's what digital currencies are going to bring. And however, on the bright side of things, I think it's like Anders L says, crypto might be the biggest opportunity for regular people in world history to generate wealth and income streams. And he says, I know it sounds like I'm really shilling this right now, but I can't think of anything else that could have been bigger. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you can participate and be able to make some money for yourself, some profits to take care of your family, maybe buy a home or something of that sort. Because once we fully immerse into this new system, who knows what can bring. Sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side. These are just some thoughts and opinions that I'm making you aware of. Yes, I'm clearly displaying the opportunity that's at hand, but also I'm presenting it with other things that can possibly happen and that probably will happen. And so it's to keep you level-headed and grounded so you don't so you think about what you want to do with profits that you get from this opportunity that you have. I hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe and prepare for the biggest opportunity of your lifetime if you want to be a part of this. And I encourage you to participate. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.